everybody, how's it going? It is Saturday, October 16th, 2021. My name is Melissa, and this is my channel Geeky Witch about all things cross-stitch in my life. Thanks for swinging back again to spend a little time with me if you're a repeating visitor, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. I hope you can enjoy some of the craziness that I show during my videos because I am an equal opportunity cross-stitcher and don't stick to one style or pattern or designer. So this month I am doing an unboxing day by day of Black Needle Society's Trick or Treat box, which is set up Advent style to do a one daily gift every single day for the month of October. If you are looking through my list of videos, you'll notice that there was nothing for day 14 or 15, and of course today is the 16th, and I apologize for that. On the 14th I got a little crazy with just events of the day, and then I had my stitching group that is held every Thursday night by Zoom, and when I was done with that after approximately 12 hours in front of a computer, I needed to get away. So I was like, that's fine, I'll do it tomorrow morning, I'll do 2 days at once, no big deal. Woke up Friday and just felt off. You know those days where you don't feel necessarily sick, but you just don't feel right. And that was me all day yesterday. I don't know what it was, no idea. But I crawled into bed at 7:30 last night, having done basically getting through what I absolutely had to do at work for the day, because working from home, it's a little harder to just say, no, I'm not working today. You can crawl to your computer and at least get something done. Got that done for the day, and afterwards I had no energy, crawled into bed at 7:30, and that was the day. So I woke up this morning, I felt fine, so whatever it was, who knows, but it's over now, thank goodness. So I had a lovely day going out with a couple of my friends from my stitching group, and we went to a couple of shops up in Massachusetts. We went to the World in Stitches in Littleton, Mass, and then to the Quilted Crow, which is in Bolton, Mass, not too far from each other. I did a little shopping, but I'm going to show those next week, when, just in case I don't have a lot of stitching to show you other than the witch's wheel. So it's been a crazy couple of days, and I have stitching to show you today, and I've got 3 days of unboxing to do to catch us back up. So let's get started with everything tonight. I'm going to start with the stitching as always, and the unboxing will be at the end after I give a warning so that those who haven't opened gifts aren't spoiled by it but can still enjoy stitching. Okay? So let's get started. First off, of course, is Witch's Wheel, which is my focus piece for the month by Glendon Place. This is the full pattern as it was done. And my progress, now I didn't stitch yesterday, and I haven't picked it up today because I've been traveling today. But this is my project since you last saw me on Wednesday, and I actually got quite a bit done. Here is what it looks like now, and what I did was the head here, and I believe I finished the boot off that night, finished the foot and the boot, but this head took a lot longer than I thought it was going to, and now I'm going to be working down towards the cape, which you can see here in the back, and work the cape, and then work towards the broom, and then it'll match up. So the heavier stitching is done, but now it'll start traveling a lot more, since it, the rows are only like 4 or 5 stitches across at most. As I've mentioned before, this is entirely in DMC 310 in black, and the fabric is 32 count Solar from Picture This Plus, which is the charted fabric. Once I'm done with the stitches, it will then be time for beading, and I probably will wait and do that after the new year, since I think I'm just going to squeak in getting the cross stitches done this month, and then I want to move on to other stitching for a while. So that's where that stands. The next piece, I don't have the full picture because it honestly is not a good one and you wouldn't be able to see it anyway. But this is Alphabets by Wild Heart Designs. And it's basically an alphabet of uppercase and lowercase letters. And then there's a specialty stitch done between each of them. So as you can see, I'm on letter P. Since you last saw this, I have done the Rhodes hearts here. And I am beginning what they are calling a chicken claw stitch. There, it's kind of annoying me a little bit, honestly. But this will go all the way across in that chicken claw stitch. I am stitching this on 27 count banding from Zweigart that I bought at Needlesworkers Delight in New Jersey. And the thread is Cherry Coffee by Nina's Threads. She's a dyer out of Budapest, Hungary, and she sells on Etsy. That's what that's looking like so far, so chugging right along. I am working on this for Semi-Sane Stitchers Alpha My Bet stitch along for this year, which the goal is to basically stitch an entire alphabet in a year. I am a few weeks behind, however, this one does move really, really fast when I focus on it. So once I'm done with my focus on this for the month, this is going to start moving a little faster into rotation because I do want to finish this year. And I have no doubt that I can do that because it really doesn't take long to do each of these letters. So, although this guy is taking a little bit longer than most because it is a thicker band and there's a lot of stitches in it. So that's that one. And the final one is a piece that I learned about through Bendy Stitchy, Michelle Bendy Stitchy, on one of her FlossTube videos several months ago. She was talking about a class that she had signed up through the Tudor Rose Sampler Guild. It was a design called Mute But Not Silent by Amy Minton Design, and they were going to be doing a class for it in the middle of September. It was, I think, either the 18th or the 19th, whatever that Saturday was. You had to be a member of the guild to be in the class. So I was like, cool, I really like the design. I'll join the guild, what the heck. You know, they have meetings once a month and it'll be great to meet new stitchers, and so far it has. I do think that I'm going to continue with the guild for a while. I'm, one of the remote members, so it's a little hard because their in-person guild is really focused in Texas, but because of the pandemic, they've kind of been opening things up a little bit more. So as long as it stays open, I will happily continue to hang out with new stitchers and meet people and see people that I know from online, which is kind of fun. Yeah, so we had the class in September, and this is the full piece. It is a Dutch sampler. It is not a reproduction, but it is done in a reproduction style. And the class was taught as a 3-part murder mystery, where a sailor comes home to find his family gone, and each of the different motifs were part of the mystery itself. And the class was both to, teach the sampler, but also to teach the history of the Dutch samplers from this region and what some of the items were and what they referred to in real life, which was very interesting. And of course there was the story that went with it. Really neat piece. So that's the full sampler. I have a small start on it. Not a whole lot yet. This is the guy that's right here. But those All of the it's not actually back stitching, it's all double running stitch on those curly cues around the sides, so those took a lot longer than I expected they were going to be. But it's in a mix of cross stitches and specialty stitches, and it is entirely done in silk that Amy Minton dyes herself. Her her company is Fibers to Dye For, DYI, and all of the colors are named after things to do with like murder mysteries and crime and creepy stuff. They're kind of amusing, but all the flosses are silk, and it's a different feeling silk. It almost feels more like a Tudor silk. It's stitched with one strand, and she had to do a last minute replacement on the fabric. So she didn't know what she gave us, but based on what I'm seeing, it really feels and looks kind of like an ivory Zweigart. It's soft like Zweigart, and well, it is a Zweigart because it's got the orange stripe. But I think it's ivory, or maybe an antique ivory. It's not white. It is definitely more ivory. So that's that so far. And those are my pieces that I have worked on in the last week or so. So a little bit of progress, a nice amount of progress. So this is where I will say, if you don't want to be spoiled on what I'm opening up for days 14, 15, and 16 of the Trick or Treat box, this is where you should click off so you're not spoiled. Take care, and I will see you again soon. For those who are continuing with me, let's get down to opening things up. We have 3 days, and 3 days on the trick-or-treat thing. I'll read those at the end because I obviously have 3 things scratched off and hidden. One of them being my, for geeky things, this is my die for making dungeons for Dungeons and Dragons. It tells you how to make corridors. Kind of cool, huh? Anyway, all right, put that down there. This is where the geek comes in with the witch part. So, day 14 is a bath bomb. Ooh, with a skull in it. Whipped Up Wonderful Peekaboo Bath Bomb. It has an interesting smell to it. Kind of a coffee smell, and I'm not sure what else I'm smelling in there. Very interesting. Anyway, all right, let's read that one off. Peekaboo Bath Bomb by Whipped Up Wonderful. Need to relax after a horror movie marathon? Toss this in the tub and watch the colors swirl. I love bath bombs, but they don't always necessarily love me. So this may be going to my son. Somehow I get the feeling that with the skull, he's going to be all for this. I will enjoy it, however. 1 second, because I hear voices and I don't know what's going on behind me. Be right back. And I'm back. I just wanted to make sure that we didn't have any accidental walk-bys, because the internet is forever. Anyway, all right, so we're on Bath Bomb, which I really like. I probably will give this to my son only because my skin is very sensitive, but I love the smell of it, and awesome thing. Awesome, awesome. Also, I don't fit in my tub very well, but yeah. All right, so the next one is the biggest thing in the box, and an adorable skeleton bag, which will be great to collect everything up that's kind of been unwrapped and whatnot. So, oops. What the heck? This is taped up nicely. This is one of those things that I probably should have opened beforehand, but I wanted to be surprised when I opened it up on camera. Ah. All right. Hold, please. Hi again. So I'm very glad that I paused that, because this would have taken a while, because it was double wrapped. Okay. Oh, it's a blanket. Ooh. Okay, I need to back up for this. That is fantastic. That's a big blanket. Very nice. Putting it over my head so you can see the blanket. Very cool. Awesome. I have a new cozy blanket. Cross stitch coven. Actually, you know what? I may hang that up right there while I'm filming so you can't see things on the other side of the room. So I don't have to worry about other issues of people walking by. And then steal it, of course, to go get comfy on the couch. That is fantastic. Nice weight. All right, so cross stitch coven blanket by Forensics and Flowers. Cuddle up with this blanket and know that you are part of the cross stitch coven. Well, I knew that already, but now I'm official. So awesome. Cool, cool, cool. I'm not going to try to fold that back up because I'm going to be using it shortly. It's starting to get colder here in New England. Okay, and day 16 with the Wolfman on the bag. This sounds crinkly. It might be fabric. Oh, it is fabric. Ooh, it is fabric. Fright Night by Fortnite Fabrics. Another dyer, by the way, I highly recommend. I've been getting their fabric of the month, and the colors have been fabulous. Ooh, okay. So here's our fabric. It is a lighter orange and kind of a purpley gray color. Just for comparison of the orange, well, I don't know if there's ever any comparison to the orange of this, but this gives you the idea of how different the shading is. It's a much lighter orange, but it's definitely still orange. Very nice. So that is for the next project. Woo. Cool, so that is, we'll see this. Fright Night 32 count linen by Fortnite Fabrics, called for by the designer, fabric for your third kitted Halloween project. Awesome. I look forward to seeing what that new project is, which will be tomorrow and on Monday. So I'm going to get myself back on track on filming. Thank you for those who have been patient with me. I'm sure with the amount of videos I've been putting out this month and the amount of videos a lot of people are putting out this month, you probably have plenty to watch, but I do appreciate you coming by to spend a little time with me. Have a wonderful night, everybody, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.